Hello. Today is day 72 of the 75-day Spirit Baby Devotional, and I am Jezreel. I am the Spirit Baby Auntie. I am a sacred birth worker, full spectrum doula located in the Atlanta area, and I am tired. I really don't mean that like sleepily. I mean it just like energetically, socially, humanly maybe. And I definitely do think it's just the brewing of the full moon. And I have my nieces over. And one's 10, one's 11. And my son is 5. So he's really excited to have the company. And it's really just a lot of different personalities. And just his excitement of their presence is just a lot. It's a lot going on, especially because it's new. And I think that's a big thing to honor, is that it's a new... Is this light flickering? I'm also lighting this Palo Santo. It's like my ring light is flickering. Are you okay, ring light? Why are you flickering? Ooh, I like this one. I want to like this because I was just feeling this almost irritability. And yeah, definitely felt the need to clear the space, clear the energy. I would love to take a moment for you to really ask yourself, how's your day flowing? How are you flowing today? How has your weekend started? Depending on when you watch this, I guess like if you're watching it on Monday, how was your weekend? And take a moment to really pause and be in that. Reflect, I suppose. Pause the video or just be here with me. I got a new tarot deck. I've been waiting on this tarot deck too. I got it for $4. However, in this, it's the pregnancy tarot deck, which we already knew. I already had the pregnancy tarot, like the tarot for pregnancy companion. Now I have the actual tarot deck, so I'm excited to pull some cards, especially as I come to a close with this initiation of a devotional. And it feels good. The deck is the color orange. It's giving very sacral chakra, which is nice. And like you can hear everything going on outside this room. My husband is rallying up the children, about to feed them. And just get them set up together. So I am taking the time to use Palo Santo over the deck. I think that's also why I grabbed it intuitively. I'm also feeling a need to reflect on a card I pulled twice yesterday. I pulled it in our collective reading, as well as just like an energy for myself. And it was the day and night. And it's a card discussing the relationship, a relationship between, it talks about like the couple, mom and dad, the people conceiving. But it's just talking about relationships in general, partnership, lovers as in friends, family, siblings, and obviously your romantic partner, your other parental care staff member, your whole birth team. It's all coming up. And a big chunk of that, which has been like a theme over the last few days, has been Just like evolving as young parents, evolving as adults, evolving as parents in general, as people who are starting new chapters. Relationships tend to just change. And if you're a very sensitive person, you might feel the energy from someone else. Palo Santo. Oh, and the Lover's card is right here on the bottom of the deck. Wow, I love that so much. And this energy came up today for me of just feeling like I'm not liked, or knowing when I'm not liked, knowing when I'm not somebody's cup of tea or favorite glass of wine or cup of coffee. I'm not the coffee cream they like. Stuff like that. And honoring that that's okay. And I think that's like a people-pleasing thing from my childhood of just wanting to be liked and wanting to be loved. Especially like I was saying, I was feeling that irritability. That's so many cards, Spirit. And when I said that, the Ten of Cups came right on top of all of them. I love the way this card looks. It says so many cards, and Spirit's like, well, read them. If it's so many cards, read them. So I have the Ten of Swords, the Three of Wands. Ooh. There are so many sunflowers in this deck as well. That's just so beautiful. The Elder of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Youth of Wands. There's so much wand energy. The Ten of Wands, so 10, 10, 10, 1, 1, 1, and the Infant of Wands. Wow. And in the end, it's the Ten of Cups. There's just so much energy. So I'm getting told to go to the Six of Pentacles first. The Six of Pentacles is another card I can show you. These other ones have breast out, so I'm gonna probably cover the breast. This is the Six of Pentacles. They're at a birth center. Six of Pentacles talks about community. It also talks about nostalgia in general. And like I was just reflecting on just being in a space of feeling as though I have to try really hard to be liked. But I don't. And I realize that's an old paradigm. When I think of 1010, it makes me think of a new cycle beginning, but also, you know, an old one closing out. And then the Elder of Wands is here, and it's, let me cover up the breast. But it's a mom with her baby, and it's a cord burning ceremony. Oh, there's a little breast right there. But you have an elder, some children, a mom and her baby, and they're burning the placenta cord. This is the wrong book. I have a sparkling water, so maybe that's significant for you. All of this wand energy. Just fiery. So the Six of Pentacles is talking about generosity, abundance magic, having enough, money magic, delegating, giving problems away to the ancestors to deal with. The Six of Pentacles is abundance and generosity incarnate. If you're someone who is living from a place of resource abundance right now, try practicing abundance magic by giving some of what you have away. By setting up a regular practice of mutual aid, this signals to the universe that you trust there will always be enough for you. Also, allow yourself to receive and accept blessings as readily as you'd be generous with others, because you're worthy of the generosity of others and benevolence of the universe too. Ooh, I think that's what it's really making me think of. I am going on a friend date tomorrow. One of my friends are moving out of the state to start a new life. And one of the things that's coming up for me is when I was younger, and this is like the energy of the Six of Pentacles in general, I had like this FOMO. And when I'm thinking about it, it's making me think of the podcast episode I was listening to was a birth story, and she was talking about being spoken of in rooms that you're not in, which is also making me think of the Ten of Cups and just all of this energy truly, and it being a positive thing. And I really admired the way it lit her soul up and how she honored that, and she was thinking the best. And this affirmation has been coming up today and just all the time. It's actually like a life affirmation, and I met someone random out in the world who said it to me as well. And it's, you know, that's a beautiful synchronicity, is that everything is working out for me. And if I am being brought up in rooms that I haven't even stepped foot in, that is amazing. And that's how it was the other day. I went on a tour of the birth center. Oh my gosh, and it's right here. I went on a tour of a birth center, and when I walked in, she was like, "You're the doula, right?" And it's like, I'm already being spoken of in rooms I haven't walked in. Like, obviously, I'm showing up for a tour, so of course I'm going to be spoken to. But that's just an example of it. And then in the Ten of Wands, I have the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Wands right here. The Ten of Swords is a woman laying down with the baby on her breast, and she's just laying in the middle of the bed, as if she's surrendering all of the day over, because at the end of the day, she is focused on nursing this baby. And in the Ten of Wands card, it is a woman and a man in a bell tent. And the woman, there's a kettle on the fire, and she's about to birth her baby. Let me see if I can cover up her body. She's about to birth her baby, and she's very pregnant. So 10, 10, 10 is so beautiful. And the cards that I'm also really admiring, I have the Infant of Wands and the Youth of Wands. The Infant of Wands is the Page of Wands, and then I also have the Youth of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands. So all of all of your ancestors, all of my ancestors, all of the ancestral energy is present in this next journey forward to whatever it is that you want in life, whatever it is that you are calling in. And the last few days I've been talking about just things I want to do with my family, like seeing it with my third eye, what I want to do with my family. Let me show you the imagery for the Three of Wands. Her third eye is right there. And just proclaiming my future and just deciding to surrender it, which is making me think of the imagery with this Ten of Swords. Surrendering it and nurturing what I have with me, what I already have, and being able to distribute what I already have. Again, like I have my nieces over, and it's not like I'm giving them anything beyond the space to coexist, to be a little wild, to run around in the space and just be here. My husband and I were also reflecting earlier about just the amount of space we have in our house, and it's a lot for just the three of us and our two dogs. So whenever they're coming over, it just feels like we're able to share the space and allow them to help take up space. And that just feels really special. Let me see. I really want to read the Infant of Wands and what it's talking about. I'm not going to read the description of all these cards. I'm saying it out loud for myself and for you, so you're not too worried about it. Because I'm trying to go eat. But the Infant of Wands is creativity, free spirit, having something to prove, believing in yourself, fiercely independent, confident, curious. So it's making me think more about what I was saying about the desire to be light And just being in my younger 20s and now I'm on my latter 20s of just feeling as though I have to prove something to the world of just what it means to be successful, what it means that, you know, I have something to show for all the time that I've taken to establish what I've established in myself. And the truth is what I have to show for is my heart, and that's to myself. And the Infinite Wand says, the Infinite of Wands, the Page of Wands, is a type of person who researches anything and everything about pregnancy and birthing, feeling enthusiastic about what they've learned and wants to share it with the world in their curiosity-led research. They discovered so much information that they didn't know before, and they are therefore feeling resolute that the decisions they've made for their pregnancy and birth are deeply aligned. Some people who perceive this energy in you will often want to remind you that you are new to this, that you aren't an expert, that Google doesn't make you a doctor. The truth or not of these kinds of responses is irrelevant, because the intention behind them isn't to help you as a birthing person, but to disempower and diminish the bright-eyed, optimistic resolve of this archetype. Luckily, when you're inhabiting the Infinite of Wands, naysayers tend to only add fuel to the fire, and the Infinite of Wands truth just burns brighter, as if opposition is oxygen to their flame. And the truth is that you are the only person who has lived in your body your entire life, which makes you a valid, consultable expert on your own body and its care. The Infinite of Wands is the type of person who often turns their pregnancy and birth experience into getting their doula certification, or eventually goes out for their midwifery education or any other kind of professional modality around pregnancy and birth. They say, oh, I'm not an expert. Watch me, bitch. I'll become one. And the Youth of Wands is right here. It's a woman in the library. Which is the Knight of Wands, and takes the spark of fire and passion from the infant and puts it into motion with the Knight's actionable energy, which is helpful in achieving your goals. If you're feeling called to a profession you previously didn't know existed, but you could see yourself contributing to it now, start researching what kind of classes might be right for you to expand your interests into expertise. There's a lot of potential when we're inhabiting this energy, and what's called for us is to balance it out with honest vulnerability and focusing the flame. There are a lot of things to consider when you're pregnant and planning your birth. This energy is most helpful when you utilize it on one thing at a time, knowing that there is time for everything and that what's meant for you won't pass you by. If you're working to make your pregnancy and birth align with the greater movement towards reproductive justice, then there are many avenues that you can go down, because Black and Indigenous birth workers have been doing that work and building that legacy for centuries. Listen to and follow the lead of the voices who have been historically and currently most pushed to the margins by white supremacist patriarchy, as they aren't new to this. No matter what level of knowledge you're starting with, there is a lot to learn, and this card is a reminder to focus your fire, especially if you are planning on directing that fire towards affecting change. And the Elder of Wands is, all I'm going to read from this one just says, remember why you started. Stay grounded, being in command, and ultimate creative potential. Remember why you came here. And that's why I'm going to close out on. Because at the end of the day, the biggest archetype of this whole thing is the Ten of Cups. Like, being at, like, this is it. This is the ultimate fairy tale. You know, when they talk about happily ever after, Cinderella has been coming up today. Remembering why you started, because for me, remembering why I became a mom, remembering why I'm here, like when it comes down to it, the first kids that I watched, I didn't have a son first. It was my nieces, honestly. And just wanting to be a good leader for them, and why I became a doula, because I've been doing like a lot of research on how I want to hold space in the postpartum space, and just, yeah. And I know it's individual, but it really comes down to having a community mindset and just my own threshold into motherhood was just in a community, and I didn't even know what a doula was. I was just doing the stuff. I was just being in the community, supporting other women, being with women, like, and educating women based on my own experience as a mother. And eventually I was told what a doula was. And I remember feeling as though I was taking someone's idea. One of my other, like, I guess I'd call her a peer. She was a friend of a friend, and they both became doulas. But they weren't really educating me on anything. And it's making me think of that FOMO that I was telling y'all about. And just feeling like I'm not liked and I'm being breadcrumbed with information just to keep me out of the loop. I had this fear that she felt like I was trying to take her idea. And the truth of it really came down to is that is an energy and that is a drama that needs to be cut out. And that's what I'm thinking all this wands energy is that it's somewhere that a lot of passion can go into and be like watered down. Like it's a certain type of creating your own hell conversation, your own hell sequence, when the truth is that none of that shit matters when it comes to being at the threshold and being at the foot of a woman who's birthing. And I think that's a big thing when it comes into being in space with other birth workers, is learning to just be with other women and it not be this whole commodity. Like, being a birth worker is really beautiful, but when you really get to the bottom of why you're here, the competition, the competitive energy, everything of just like, oh, they like me, they don't like me, all of those things do not matter. None of that matters. And it will cloud your judgment. It will make you feel like you're further away from your Ten of Cups energy completely. And I think that goes for also just being pregnant, because that was a big thing during my pregnancy, of just all of this stuff, all of these drama-filled conversations, comparing my experience to someone else's experience, them comparing theirs to mine. It just feels as though that concept of comparison is the thief of joy is a huge thing to really, it's so simple, but it's something to take heed to, is that it can take away from the individuality that is your own journey. And another thing, because I just saw this post and I sent it to my mentor and a couple of my other sisters, is that when women truly join forces and love on one another, or just people in general, you change the world. You really do. And there is a place for that fire, like that war energy, but it's not in your sisterhood. It's not in the birthing world. And if you're gonna channel that into the birthing world, it's to the hospitals. It's to, like the book was saying, about Black and Indigenous birth workers, or just people who have been marginalized and pushed into a corner and abused. Advocate for those voices to be uplifted more so we can speak out more. Because being a birth worker is beautiful, it is sacred, but there is also a side of it is truly advocating. Truly, there is fire here, and I think that's where it gets misplaced, or where I've seen it get misplaced. And like, people have war with one another, and you know that's a heart chakra thing, because you're really in your heart space when you're in this field, especially when you're soulfully called to this field. Whether you're present with your soul calling or not, you are called. And it is a soul closeness that it's a lot to hold, and channeling it into true advocacy, truly speaking up for women, truly standing as someone who can come with education and expertise. Because when you, as in the infant and the youth of wands was saying, you figure it out and you do all this research and you become this expertise so you can help save lives and inevitably change the world. And I believe that we are all capable of changing the world with so much love, so much knowledge, so much intention, so much passion, and channeling our inner warriors, but making sure we're not pointing the warrior pitchfork or whatever at our sister, at our brother, and we're facing the causes. We're really addressing the issues that need to be addressed, which we can get into in another video with the birth statistics and just the people who are literally at risk. And yeah, like I feel the fire burning up right now. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. So thank you for listening. I hope to see you again tomorrow on day 73. I'm so excited for the continuation of this journey. Just on YouTube, as a birth worker, as somebody who speaks on camera, in this space, sharing myself with you and you sharing yourself with me. So if you're looking for a doula, full spectrum witchy doula in Atlanta, my discovery call box is down below. You can also join our Facebook community at Spirit Baby Connect. And lastly, I have a free ebook available called Held While You Bloom. You can get your copy if you just give me your email and stuff. Click the links. They're all down there, and I'll see you again tomorrow on day 73. Wow. Is it 73 or 72? We gonna see, because I done got confused now. All right. So much love.